Guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a return subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate support. Guys, earlier this week, Sunday to be exact, I did a story on a incident that had happened out there in Miami, Florida. Shout out Miami, in which a cop fired shots through a windshield of a driver, striking the driver as they were going to some type of event while he was directing traffic. And it's a viral video going around where it shows the cop shooting through the window while the car is slowly driving before the passenger jumps out and then jumps around and falls on the ground. Now, I did that video. I got mixed reviews in the comment section. You know, everybody has a right to their opinion. Some people agree with me, some people disagree with me. But I'm going to show you what happened when this guy who's still in the hospital bed went to court today, and they talked a little bit about who he is and what happened. I want you to pay attention to this. Maybe some of y'all that said negative things in the comment might change your mind. Take a look at the story.
And developing right now at noon, the man injured in a police shooting near Bayfront Park appeared in court for the first time today, and he did so from his hospital bed.
The officer opened fire while on the hood of the car, and the whole thing was caught on camera. Local 10's Rosh Lowe is live in Miami with what happened in court today. Rosh.
Okay, first off, there are a lot of questions about this case. This video went viral. You see this officer on the hood of the car. You see him opening fire. Well, today we have a whole lot new for you. We have the suspect. You'll see him in his hospital bed in bond court. You'll hear from the judge, and you'll hear from the suspect's attorney.
I guess he brushed against the officer the first time, and then the officer put his hands on the car to get him to stop, and he didn't stop the car. The officer brandished his firearm, slaps the hood of the vehicle. Defendant failed to stop.
It was on Sunday, busy Biscayne Boulevard. Miami police say Manala Clark disobeyed a Miami police officer directing traffic and ran into him.
And then he discharges his firearm into the vehicle, striking Mr. Clark.
The officer ran to the car, fired shots at Clark, striking him multiple times. Clark's attorney.
There was a bunch of people in another lane that the officer was letting go by, and he had not let him move. He was going about a mile or 2 miles an hour. Whether or not the officer banged on the hood, whether or not the officer was propelled on it, didn't look like he was propelled on the hood to me. It looked like he was on the hood, and he was immediately, immediately was shooting his, discharging his firearm into the windshield.
The state says Clark has a criminal history.
He has an open case in Broward County. Was charged with I believe it's aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer, aggravated battery on a law enforcement officer, trespass, and resisting without violence.
Okay, so you have a lot of sides to this story. In the arrest report, it clearly says, according to Miami police, that this officer in full uniform told the suspect to stop. He disobeyed the order, struck the officer. Then you have the defense attorney saying, look, my client was going maybe a mile per hour, and he doesn't know how that officer got on the hood. In the meantime, you have a bunch of serious charges, and the state mentioning that the suspect in this case does in fact have a criminal history. Much more for you on this story later today. For now, I'm live in Miami. Rosh Lowe, Local 10 News.
Okay, guys, you've seen it. He's sitting up there looking crazy as hell in the hospital bed, not talking. His lawyer's doing all the talking for him. Lawyer being dismissive. Oh, it looks like the car was barely rolling, and from what I seen, it didn't. I don't know if he crawled on the car or what. Come on, defense attorneys are stupid. They're stupid. Some crimes, man, I wouldn't even have an attorney. Like, it's just dumb shit. Let's be honest. Now, when I did this video the first time, I said two things I want to go back to. First thing I was saying was, I think the sister who was in the car with him was disingenuous. She made it like the cop just went up there and just shot the man, and you know, he got in front of the car and just shot the man while the video said otherwise. You know what I'm saying? Second thing is this. In the comments section, a lot of people, you know, I had mentioned, I gave my assessment of what I thought this was about. And a lot of you agreed with me. And guess what? Seemed like we was right. He was letting other people go while telling him to stay there in front of the car. Stop, you stay here. He didn't like it, so he gonna decide to drive and hit the cop. The cop get on the car, telling him to stop, he gonna shoot him. The cop shooting. Cause and effect. What do you want done? Seriously, what do you want done? There are a lot of hard-headed people out here. Then what they do? They dig into his criminal past. Said he got a open case right now. Aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer. Again, showing he don't give a fuck about authority. He ain't gonna be told what to do. Already fucked up one cop, so he got an idea in his head of how he sees law enforcement and how the law should be enforced when it comes to him. And look what happened. That's why when he got out the car, I said something wrong with him. And I'm gonna tell you, like I keep saying, man, it's a lot of people out here, whether they men or not, that have some type of mental retardation blockage in their head where they can't follow simple instructions. Why are you gonna drive anyway? Once you seen you hit somebody, let alone a police officer and a man on your hood, why you ain't stop? That right there, from a survival standpoint, mean, damn, I'm about to get shot. Somebody said in the comment section, why didn't you just roll off the car? He didn't have to shoot him. Who the fuck gonna roll off a moving car? I don't give a fuck if it's going half a mile an hour or 10 miles an hour. Am I doing that shit? You supposed to be out there directing traffic? Come on. Come on. People give so many excuses for bad behavior that people do, and they give them passes. And then we wonder why the world is fucked up like it is now. But then when you're interested in a case of somebody doing something and they don't align with you and they get off the hook, all of a sudden, something's wrong. We need to really start looking at things from a common sense standpoint. If a cop gets hit and he's on your hood, you don't stop. Where was you gonna go? You gonna take him to your parking space? You were going to an event. It's nothing more important than that. So what you gotta wait a few seconds? Just do it and shut the fuck up. Seriously, this guy got blasted. When they showed that picture, when he turned around and he had that blood stain on his back near his spine, I'm like, yo, he lucky he walking. And the thing that's crazy is it didn't even have to come to that. Everything don't have to be a pissing contest between two men. So I'm gonna tell you something, there are a lot of people out here that see a cop in a uniform when he raises his voice because they gotta keep order, they get upset. How dare you talk to me? That badge is what's making you act like that. Then they get shot. And all of a sudden, see, I told you the police was bad. The police did it. It's always the police. It's always this certain thing. You're starting to see it a lot. Where no matter what, when somebody gets shot, it's always the cop's fault. So what was the cop supposed to do? Get hit, hey, stop, sir, could you please stop? Could you let me off? Stop. And just ride on the hood. Then he crashed into a police car. Whose fault is that? I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Man, when people say a lot of disingenuous stuff and just say stuff just to be saying it, it make me question their mindset. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people, oh, he shouldn't have did it. Yeah, well, maybe if you was in that position, and a lot of people just talking shit because they would have stopped. But they'll talk and get in the mind of somebody that does some lunacy and then sit up there and say, oh, the cop shouldn't have did that. Yeah, okay. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.